Tony D and Little Joan with Screenwriter's Rant on Last Night at Terrace Lanes, which I guess is supposed to be the last night at Terror Lanes, a slasher movie that looks extremely bloody from Dread Central. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this bowling alley is closing after many years. Two girls go there. They end up meeting some guys, and some friends of theirs, and they're going to the last night before they tear down the bowling alley, and there's a guy dressed as a pin, and regular dudes just bowling. And then there's some guys, weird guys in the bowling alley with masks on. I guess they don't do anything about them, and somehow they've smuggled in weapons, I assume in a bowling bag or a knapsack. Then they all just start emerging from various places and start murdering people using the bowling balls and various weapons. And then it's a fight for survival. There's the guy with the pin outfit. I don't know. It just seems so blatant. Like, buy or rent January 16th. Yeah, you better buy your copy. You don't want this to be lost. You don't want, like, the last night at Terrace Lanes to be lost in the a mist of time. We want to always have a copy of Last Night at Terrace Lanes. I mean, no offense, Dread Central. This is a bit on the nose. All right, so first act, people are going bowling. not thinking, I might be murdered. No, I'm just going to go bowling. This place is being torn down. Better get to bowling. I bet those lanes are a mess if they're tearing the place down. Oh my God, last day. Maybe get a free ball. That would be fun. You know, the murder's not fun, but you get a free ball and a pin, sort of souvenir. I don't know. So they're gonna tear it down. Everybody's bowling. And there's this weird cult leader who takes everybody there for some reason, wants to murder everybody in the bowling alley for God knows what reason. And then all their watches go off at the same time in the bowling alley, and they emerge from various corners, and they just start killing everybody. Then it's a fight for survival all through the second act. The third act, they turn it around, and some of them survive. I mean, it's pretty by the numbers kind of gore fest. Low budget. I mean, not bad for a low budget. You got access to the bowling alley. Oh, we'll shoot a horror movie there, and this is the premise. Yeah, I guess. I don't know how you're going to sell me on why they're going to murder everybody. Like, in certain slasher movies, it kind of makes a certain amount of sense, right? If there's an Indian burial mound. I mean, like, Jason, he was all effed up, and his mother made him crazy. Michael Myers, he was crazy. I mean, they're pretty weak reasons, I would say, but this is on a much bigger scale with a lot more people involved. You need a much better explanation. You can get away with one crazy person. If there was one guy doing this, I'd be like, okay, I could see it. I could see one crazy guy, maybe. You could suspend your disbelief for that. But literally, there's like every lane has a crazy guy coming out of it to kill everybody. How does he get that many followers? We're going to kill everybody in a bowling alley. Oh, yeah, sign me up. What? How does that work? It's got an old school look, I'll give you that. They picked a good bowling alley. I mean, I hate to knock it, Dread. I mean, but, you know, my bias is well known on this channel. I don't like slasher movies in general. They're usually pretty boring and stupid and bloody, and I don't like bloody. So, truth be told, I'm very biased against movies like this to begin with, but this just seems stupider than normal. Like, sometimes I can get over the hump and go, well, maybe. I mean, even the last Saw movie had at least a cool kind of contrivance of why it was happening. This just seems like, yeah, we're going to kill everybody. Now, maybe there's a good reason. I'm not seeing it in the trailer. Feels to me like you need a good reason, and you don't have to concentrate on a trailer like this on the murders. We know there's going to be a million murders. We know that already, you know? The why is the thing that will bring it above, a cut above the rest. It's the why. If you have a good reason for why they're murdering people in a bowling alley and why they got so many damn people, then yes, people will go, oh, that sounds interesting. But if it's just happening, it's like, that's not enough, in my view. All right, do we have an explanation? No. Tell you what, I'll call an audible here and go to the IMDb and see if there is Last Night at Terrace Lanes. May not be in here. Oh, good, it is. All right, okay. Young heroine Kennedy and her friends find themselves at Terrace Lanes on its last night of operation. When chaos breaks out, Kennedy and her father must come together to try and save their friends and survive the night. That's slightly more information. Director Jamie Nash, writers Adam Cesare and Jenna St. John. It's still not quite enough. I mean, okay, she has a dad and her dad's going to help her save her friends, but, see, look how many people. I mean, it's a creepy shot. It's creepy to have so many killers, but how do you explain them all? Seems like too many. Seems like if you put this many in the movie, it kind of takes away from one. Like if it was one guy and he's super smart, you know how it goes. You know how this usually rolls. Super smart guy, he locks all the doors. He's got some sort of trick up his sleeve to keep everybody from getting out. And he starts killing them one by one. Right? They try to get out, they can't, or, there's some contrivance to keep them in the bowling alley, I guess. But this many people doesn't make any sense. They would just kill them all. I mean, if they're that dedicated to killing, and how could that happen? How does this happen? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. Normally I like the Dread Central stuff. I'll give it. It's different. If you can explain the cult and you have a good explanation, I could be like, okay. That's why I'm not going to vote it down. They may have an explanation, but that explanation should probably be in the trailer, or at least part of it, to give us an inkling of how you're going to make this work. Because just looking at it, I mean, who's the audience? Just, I really love seeing people get stabbed. Like, that's not, I mean, that's partly an audience. It's a weird audience, but I think you need more. There's just too many of these guys. And it's not, it would be different if it was like, I don't know, a stadium full of people and they were trying to kill everyone in the stadium. Then it'd be like, okay, all right. These guys are hiding and the security can't find them for some reason. And they're slowly killing everybody in the stadium during a game. A really intense game that nobody wants to leave. Maybe. Or maybe there's a reason they're just killing certain people so everybody's trapped and then they're going to, I don't know, blow up the stadium or something. But this just seems like cruel. Like there's more murderers than people being murdered. That's a weird situation for a movie, right? Am I wrong here? It just seems odd. Again, I'll hand it to you. It's different. But, it's not for me. And that's it for me, Tony D. and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. If you can find a more based take, I say take it. I will be at Level Up Entertainment on Saturday doing the final signing of 2023. Get yourself a copy of the Pineys. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.